How did communism change Orthodox Church practices and traditions? Have you ever wondered how communism reshaped the Orthodox Church? The impact was profound, especially in countries where communist regimes held power. The ideology of communism viewed religion, including orthodoxy, as a rival force that needed to be controlled or eliminated. This led to significant changes in how the church operated and how its traditions were practiced. To start, communist governments actively suppressed religious activities. Many churches were forcibly closed, and religious leaders faced imprisonment, execution, or exile. This violent repression aimed to eradicate faith and national identity, which were seen as barriers to total loyalty to the state. In some cases, churches were turned into museums promoting atheism, while sacred objects were confiscated to support government initiatives. Next, the authorities imposed strict controls on the Orthodox Church. The church was often forced to align with state policies, limiting its traditional role in society. Religious education faced bans or heavy restrictions, and propaganda campaigns aimed to discredit religious beliefs in favor of atheistic ideology. This control stifled the church's ability to operate independently. As a result, public religious practices saw a decline, and many long-standing traditions were disrupted. Orthodox rituals, festivals, and communal worship were either curtailed or pushed underground. The church's influence on culture and national identity weakened as communism promoted a secular worldview and discouraged the expression of religious heritage. Despite these challenges, the Orthodox Church maintained a deep cultural significance in many communist countries. Interestingly, some regimes initially adopted Christian traditions to gain popular support, reflecting the church's deep roots in the community. However, this was often superficial and did not lead to genuine religious freedom. After the fall of communism, the Orthodox Church faced the challenge of reestablishing its role in societies that had been secularized and traumatized by decades of repression. The church aimed to reclaim its cultural influence and national identity, often resisting the privatization of religion. In countries like Russia, the church expected a prominent place in public life. The legacy of communist policies includes both the weakening of traditional religious life and the eventual resurgence of orthodoxy as a key element of national identity in post-communist states. From the perspective of communist leaders, these changes were justified as necessary to build a society free from religious influence, which they viewed as a source of division. However, the lasting impact of these policies is evident in the complex relationship between the church, society, and state today.